on a shelf, gathering dust, this tiny plastic maiden stands guard over a set of fairy tale books I once devoured as a child. I have no idea where she came from. It just seems appropriate for her to be stationed at the gate of my first childhood dreams. Do you remember your dreams? Did any of them come true? And if they did they make you happy? I always believed that when and if your dreams came true, you would be happy. But something happened that changed my mind. Madam Toastmaster, virtual Toastmasters. My first dreams were of becoming a princess like the ones in my fairy tale books. Not just any princess, though. I was going to be the most beautiful, enchanting princess the world had ever seen. But by the time I was 8 or 9, I figured that was a pretty childish dream. Besides, the world probably already had enough princesses, so I decided I was going to become the most melodic, popular singer the world had ever heard. I would spend hours practicing inside a huge dilapidated building that teetered on one side of our driveway. This building was home to old counters and display cases that were no longer used in a little country store attached to the front of our house. Once inside this building, my imagination transformed those counters into a stage and me into a world-famous singer. It wasn't until middle school I learned I was tone deaf. I couldn't even carry a tune. That dream went to the dream graveyard along with all my other dreams. Except for one. I had one dream that survived. I remember the day I was born. It came to life 2 years after my parents' divorce. I was 12. The store was all boarded up. The counters and Royal Crown Cola machine were covered in thick dust. That's the day Mother told me the news that shattered my world. She said, "When your father deserted us, there wasn't enough money to pay the mortgage, so the bank is taking the house, the store, and the 5 acres. My 5 acres! After Father left, it was the only thing that gave me any happiness. That evening I walked out to a clearing in the woods. On the way I said goodbye to the fruit trees, the creek that meandered through our property, and all my childhood memories. Once I got to the clearing, I picked up a stick, drew a large rectangle in the dirt, stood right in the middle. And despite the tears pouring down my face, I said, someday I'm going to get a college education, a good paying job, and buy a piece of land that nobody can take away from me, even if it's only the size of this rectangle. We moved, life moved on. I married, had children, divorced. The years passed, but the dream remained. Then, the day my daughter started kindergarten, I enrolled in college. 10 years later, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in accounting, and 2 years after that, I put money down on a house and some land. Finally, I had done it. I accomplished my dream. Now, I could be happy. But then, an odd and unexplainable emptiness came over me. Where was the joy, the happiness, the pure ecstasy of having accomplished my dream? Then it hit me like a flash from my childhood. If you want to be happy, you have to find another dream. So I found one, and then another, and another. I set short-term and long-term goals, and I accomplished almost all of them, always telling myself I would be happy when I achieved the next dream. Bought the bigger house, the newer car. I was happy for a day, a week, once for an entire month. A lot of people will tell you that striving for something new is a good thing. unfortunately, it also means you're never satisfied. So, several years ago, I stopped making dreams completely. If you're anything like me, as a goal-setting addict, letting go was difficult. But once you do, you'll feel more alive, more content, because you won't be waiting for something to happen before you can be happy. Lately, I started having dreams again. I've realized it's not the attainment of your dream that makes you happy. It's the journey, the quest, the traveling to get there. Don't wait until tomorrow to be happy. Whether your dream is to become a princess or a prince or a world famous singer, start enjoying your dreams today. Choose to be happy now, not when. Madam Toastmaster.